Hello, everybody. So let's continue with our discussion of Chapter 8. And this lesson, we're going to talk about connecting fractions to division. And basically, our essential question is, if it'll ever clear up for you guys, is how does a fraction represent division? Okay, so you'll remember that a fraction can be written as a division problem. So, for instance, when we say 3/4, it's the same as saying 3 divided by 4. Or if we say 12 halves, it's the same as saying 12 divided by 2. So the numerator is the dividend and the denominator is the divisor. So we're going to keep that idea in mind as we do our problems. So there are 3 students in a crafts class and 2 sheets of construction paper for them to share equally. So the dividend in this case would be the 2 sheets of paper. That's what's being shared. The divisor is the 3 students. How many people are actually sharing the paper? So we're dividing two sheets of paper by 3 students. So step 1, we would, if we're going to draw a model of it, we would draw the lines to divide each paper into 3 equal pieces. All right, so each student could get 1/3 of each sheet of paper. So the share of 1 sheet of paper is 1/3. Remember, there's 3 students. So 1 piece for that student, another student, and another student. All right, so each student gets 1/3 of 1 sheet of paper. So count the number of thirds each student will get. Since there are 2 sheets of construction paper, each student will get 2 of the thirds, or 2 times 1/3. So 2 divided by 3 is 2/3. Since 2/3 times 3 equals 2, the quotient is correct. So how do I know that 2/3 times 3 is 2? Because remember, we can rewrite 3 as 3 over 1, and 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times 1 is 3. 6 divided by 3 equals 2. So our quotient of 2/3 times the divisor 3 will give me the dividend 2. So each student gets 2/3 of a sheet of construction paper. We can say that this is 1 student getting that part of the construction paper, and that same student getting another 1/3. So 2/3. All right, 4 friends share 6 sheets of poster board equally. How many sheets of poster board does each friend get? So in this case, we're sharing 6 sheets of paper, poster board, and we're dividing by 4. So we're going to draw on the 6 rectangles that are representing the 6 sheets of board. We're going to break it into 4 equal pieces. All right. So each of the poster boards has been broken into 4 equal pieces. So each friend's share of 1 sheet is 1/4. I'm going to circle 1 to represent 1 of the friends. Now we're going to count the number of fourths each friend gets. And since there are 6 sheets of poster board, each friend will get 6 of the fourths, or 6 1/4. So let's prove that. So that same person gets another fourth, another fourth, another fourth, another fourth, and another fourth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the 1/4. So 6 divided by 4 is the same as 6/4, or 6 divided by 4 is 1 2/4, and that gets reduced to 1 1/2. Now let's check our answer. So we're saying our quotient is 6/4. Our divisor was 4. Is 6/4 times 4 6? Let's see. 6 times 4 is 24. 4 times 1 is 4. 24 divided by 4 is 6. So the quotient is correct, 6/4. So each person is going to get 6/4 or 1.5 sheets of poster board. Ms. Ruiz has a piece of string that is 125 inches long. For a science experiment, she divides the string equally among 8 groups of students. So that's what we're dividing by. Our dividends, our divisor is going to be 8. Our dividend is 125. How much string will each group get? So we can represent this problem as a division equation or a fraction. So if we were dividing, we would just say 125 divided by 8, right? 125 inches to be shared with what? 8 groups. And we would write the remainder as a fraction. So let's see. So 125 divided by 8 would be 15 5/8. Or we can write it as a fraction of 125 over 8 and write that as a mixed number. And we'd still get 15 5/8. So each group gets 15 5/8 inches of string. Why is 125 divided by 8 give you the same result as 125 over 8? Well, because the fraction, right? That's the same thing as division, 125 divided by 8. So they both represent 125 inches of string shared equally among 8 groups. (367) number 1. So draw lines on the model to complete the number sentence. So we have 4 circles. These are 4 small pizzas, and 6 friends are going to share those pizzas. So something like that. Okay, we're going to cut each pizza into 6 slices. All right, and so each pizza has been broken into 1/6 size pizza slices. Okay, so 4 divided by 6 is 4 over 6, or 2/3. So let's see. So one friend gets 1/6, and another 1/6, and another 1/6, and another 1/6. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So each friend's share of the pizza is 4/6, or 2/3 of the pizza. And number 2, 4 brothers are going to share 5 packs of stickers equally. All right, so here's our 5 packs of stickers, and we want to break them into 4 equal sections. All right, so we have 4 brothers, and they're sharing 5 packs of stickers. So that would be 5 divided by 4. So each person's getting 1/4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each brother gets 5/4 of the packs of stickers, or 1 1/4 packs of the stickers. Number 3, 12 friends share 3 melons equally. What fraction of a melon does each friend get? So we have 3 melons shared with 12 people. So we'd have 3 divided by 12. Well, we can reduce 3 divided by 12 by dividing each of the numerator and denominator by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So each friend is going to get 1/4 of a melon. Number 4, 3 students share 8 blocks of clay equally. So 8 blocks of clay, 3 students. So we're sharing 8/3, or 8 divided by 3 would leave me 2 2/3. Each student gets 2 2/3 blocks of clay. Number 5, 4 students share 7 feet of ribbon equally. So 7 feet is what we're sharing, and we're sharing it with 4 students. So 7 divided by 4. We can write that as a fraction, as 7/4, but it's the same thing as sharing 7 feet equally among 4 groups. And we have a remainder of 3, so 1 3/4. 8 girls share 5 fruit bars equally. So if we had 5 fruit bars, we'd be sharing it with 8. So we have 5 divided by 8. Well, that's it. That's the answer, 5/8. We can't do anything else with it. Number 7, 8 students share 12 mini oatmeal muffins equally. 6 students share 15 mini apple muffins equally. Carmine is in both groups of students. What is the total number of mini muffins Carmine gets? Well, okay, so let's look at the mini oatmeal. So oatmeal is 12 divided by 8. There's 12 mini muffins. There's 8 students sharing it. So that's the same as saying 12/8. The apple muffins, there's 15 being shared with 6 students, which is the same as saying 15/6. So 12/8, I can reduce that by dividing by a factor of 4, and I get 3/2. 15/6, I can reduce by a factor of 3, and I get 5/2. Well, 3 divided by 2 is 1, with 1 left over, so 1 1/2. All right, so Carmen's going to get 1 1/2 mini oatmeal muffins, and she'll also get 5 divided by 2 here. She's going to get 2 whole muffins and a half of the other one. So 2 1/2 plus 1 1/2. A half plus a half is 2 halves, and 2 plus 1 is 3. So 3 and 2 halves equals 4. 4 mini muffins. Three and 2 halves equals 4. All right, 368. Shauna has 3 adults and 2 children coming over. She's going to serve 2 small apple pies. If she plans to give each person, including herself, an equal amount of pie, how much pie will each person get? So we have Shauna, 3 adults, and 2 children. So that's 6, right? So we have 2 pies shared with 6 people. So each person is going to get 1/6 of each pie. So we can say 6, 2 pies divided by 6 people, which is the same as 2/6, or 1/3. I can reduce 2/6 by dividing by 2 and 2. Let's go ahead and show that. 2 divided by a factor of 2 is 1. 6 divided by a factor of 2 is 3. So 1/3. Right, number 9. Addison brought 9 pounds of oranges and 7 pounds of cherries to make fruit salad for a fundraiser. She wants to package an equal amount of fruit salad into each of 12 containers. All right, so 9 and 7, that's 16, right? So she brought 16 pounds of fruit. 9 plus 7 is 16. She's going to then take that 16 pounds and put it into 12 equal containers. All right, well, 16/12 can be written as 16 over 12. And we can reduce by a factor of 4, because I know that 4 is a factor of both 16 and 12. 16 divided by 4 is 4, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. So each container will hold 4/3 pounds, or 4 divided by 3 is 1 with a remainder of 1. So 1 and 1/3 pounds per container. All right, number 10. 9 friends order 4 large pizzas. 4 of the friends share 2 pizzas equally, and the other 5 friends share 2 pizzas equally. In which group does each member get a greater amount of pizza? Okay, so 2 pizzas shared with 4 friends, or 2 pizzas shared with 5 friends. Well, this one is 2/4, and this one will be 2/5. Now, we know from our discussions in 3rd grade and 4th grade math that the larger your denominator, the smaller the pieces. So the more people you're sharing with, the smaller the pieces are getting. So 2/4 is the same as 1/2. And a half is bigger than 2/5. So which group? The group of 4 friends. 2 divided by 4 is 1/2. And 2 divided by 5 is 2/5. 1/2 is larger than 2/5. Half of 5 is 2.5. Right? So it's not even a half. All right, and number 11. Jason has 5 zucchinis he grew in his garden. He wants to share them equally among 3 of his neighbors. How many zucchinis will each neighbor get? All right, well, we have 5 zucchinis to be shared with 3 neighbors. Well, that's 5/3. What is 5/3 equal to? Well, 5 take away 3 is 2, so we have 1 with a remainder of 2, or 1 and 2/3. Okay, so that's it for relating fractions to division. In our next lesson, we will be talking about fraction and whole number division. So until then, I will see you soon.